So in this video, we'll just go through this new ALDI Workzone Palm Router. So this is one of those which comes in ALDI special buy deals, and it's 500 watts and it's really cheap. It costs only $24.99, and I thought why not just go ahead and get one of them. And it comes with a 3-year guarantee as well, so if something goes wrong, you can always hand it back. Out of the box, you got the Palm Router, and man, I was surprised by the size of it. It's really small and very lightweight. I think it weighs only 1.4 kilograms, and it's got a good firm grip on it, though I wouldn't say much about the accessories and all that over there because it's just plasticky and cheap, but it still does the job. So you just slide the sleeve in like that, and you click the latch to hold that in place. So it also has this handy bag, and that was a pretty neat surprise. I wasn't expecting that for this price. And now talking about the accessories, there are a few bits and bobs over here. The make and quality of this is questionable, but still it's kind of alright. So I also went to Screwfix and got the strand router cutter set. So it's a 1/4-inch collet, 12 piece, and it costs £35. And yes, £35, and it costs much more than the router. But it's got a whole lot of guided bits on it, which I'll show you towards the end of the video. Now the shape of the top of the body is pretty good actually. It's ergonomically designed and it fits your palm very snugly. So you get a firm grip on it. So it's only got an on and off button. There's no variable speed on it, and there are some provisions if you want to change the carbon brushes to the motor. Now over here you got a 1/4-inch collet, and there's a big spindle lock over here which you could press, and that's really helpful to use. So next I'll just try and fit the supplied router bit. So it comes with a double fluted bit which you could use. Well, I actually didn't use it, and I used the one which I showed you earlier from the trend set. Now the supplied spanner is good enough in quality. I wouldn't say anything great about it, but there's nothing bad about it either. So once you have it all in place, just insert the body of your palm router into the sleeve and just close the latch, and you're ready to go. Now that's the micro adjustment guide that came with a kit. So it's got a lot of plastic flimsy stuff on it. Now this is the parallel fence, and this is reasonably good quality, and mine actually had a really straight edge. So the instructions are pretty clear on how to fit it. You slide the nuts in and then use this yellow knob and to hold that in place. You could adjust the depth of your cut by just sliding it backwards or forwards, and you literally just slide that into your sleeve and screw that in place. Once it's all there, you just move it from left to right to do your cuts. Now talking about cuts, I'm going to show you a few sample cuts that I did with the different router bits. First off, I'm going to use the flush trim bit, and the plan is to just trim this edge over here, which you would normally see when you're making a drawer bottom or when you want to trim something like that. As you can see from the clip, it was really easy to use, and the trim is pretty decent enough. Now you may be saying that it's all alright doing a sample piece, but have you actually worked on a real project? So here it is. Here I'm flush trimming the bottom of my drawers, and this is a project which I worked on while building my desk. If you're interested in viewing that, I got a link in the description below, or you could check my channel out. So from the shot you can see that it's really easy to use, and one of the best thing about the Palm Router, or this specific one, is the weight, or rather the lack of it. So the finish is pretty decent enough. Now on with some other bits. So next I'm going to use a Roman Ogee bit and do a slight chamfer on the edge of a plywood. Well, there were some tear outs, but that's probably because of the way I held the router. Now on with the next bit. I'm going to use this time a V-groove bit, and I've used this as well in one of my other projects to hold pencils on top of my desk as well. So next I'm going to do something else or something different. So I'm going to try and cut out a circle using this double fluted bit. I know this is not the right bit and you probably need an upward pointing spiral bit for this cut, but I'm just going to use what I have. So you need to change the direction of the fence and reclamp it. The instructions are all there in the manual. And once you do that, the point is that you need to screw the guide onto your hardboard and then just trace it around. Here I'm just adjusting the depth of the bit. Drum roll. And check that out, a perfect circular cut. So that's what I actually like about this router. It's lightweight, it's probably not the best, but for 25 quid you couldn't possibly go wrong. I mean, there are some other options, that is the Van House one and the Katsu one, which is only like 5 or 10 pounds more expensive. But if you're just looking for a cheap router, this is probably one among that, or you should at least consider it. Anyway, thanks for watching.